Hey guys, welcome back to Ryan and Billy's Cubing, and today I'm going to be showing you how to solve the 3x3x1 floppy cube. This twisty puzzle really has a lot different mechanism than the normal 3x3, so I'm just going to show you how to do some turns on it. So if you want to keep it in the square form, you can just turn your sides 90 degrees and mix it up that way. And yeah, but if you want it to shapeshift, because this is a shape-shifting puzzle, you could turn one side 90 degrees and then turn a side that's, adjacent to it, you could say, 90 degrees, and then you turn it down. And see, now these three pieces are connected, but it's not in a square form anymore. So I'm going to be teaching you all the different cases about how to solve this puzzle today. So once you've mixed your puzzle up pretty good, which, yeah, that's pretty good. So you want to figure out how to get it back into square form. So if you have something like this, where you have two of these, you could call them L shapes, I guess. You want to find one of your L shapes and just fiddle around with this a little bit. Getting it back into a square is pretty intuitive. So you want to rotate one of your sides twice, which would be 180 degrees, away from this piece, and then you want to rotate this piece back. And now you're just down to one L piece. And once you're down to one L piece, you want to put this part facing towards the back, the part that's sticking out. You want that facing towards the back, so it looks like this. You can rotate your right side once, and you can rotate this part once, and this part once. And then there's your square. So another case that you can get is, it kind of looks like a rocket ship to me. So you want to put the back end of that facing away from you whenever you're trying to solve this case. And take these two pieces here and rotate them both forward. So now you just have a singular piece in the back that you can rotate this way. And there's your square shape. If you have a case that looks like this, the same principles can be applied for a case that looks like this, but I'm just going to show you this one. So you just want to rotate this front piece out of the way, and then the opposite direction of where you rotated the front piece out of the way. You want to rotate this piece in the opposite direction, because if I flip this back, I rotated this one out of the way, so now I need to rotate this one to where it's not going to interfere with how I did this one. So I can flip this one twice now. See, so there's 6 squares lined up in a square. And there's my full square. If you have something that looks like this, where you have 2 L's on either side of it, just rotate the piece that's in the middle of the, you could say the middle of the 2 L's, rotate that to the back, and then flip this up. The back piece, that's the back piece, you flip it 90 degrees, and then you rotate these 2 pieces down to move them out of the way, and now we can just rotate this piece, and it's in your square form. So if you have a case that looks something like this, so first thing right off the bat, you see that you have those things there, so we're not going to mess with those yet. We're just going to rotate this piece that doesn't have a piece sticking up out of it, so this side. I'm going to rotate this towards our other corner, right? And we want to rotate, you can choose either one and just apply the same principle. We want to rotate one of the L pieces away, so I'll just choose this one to rotate away, and now we can rotate this thing down. And now, as I was showing in the earlier clip, you can just rotate this piece up this piece over, and this piece down. And now it's in a square form. Now if you have something like this, or one of your sides looks like a T, keep this part on the top that's sticking out. Rotate this once so that this is touching another one of your edge pieces, this. And rotate this twice so that it's coming away from it. Then you all can probably see what to do next. Just rotate this once. And there's your square shape for that case. And just keep in mind whenever you're trying to solve all of these different cases that you might get, if you have a case that looks very similar to it except for one piece is like flipped, it's the same principle, so just try not to let that get confusing. So for example, if I have the 1L and then I have this piece like that, I can just rotate this once, and now I have the 1L case, so I can just rotate this piece forward and then this piece this way, and I can rotate this piece back, and now I have my square. So now that you have it in a square, you can what you want to do first whenever you're having it like this is rotate your corners to where they're supposed to go. So I'm just going to take a look at one of my corners right now, and I see it's white, blue, and orange. So it lines up with the white side. But if I look for my these are the center pieces. So if I look for my blue and orange centers, here's one, here's one. So I need to rotate this so that it's touching the blue center, but now the yellow is on top instead of the white, and I don't want that. So I need to rotate this a full 180 degrees, and now these two are solved. Or this center is, or corner is solved. Now you want to do that with every single one of your corners. So this one is yellow. Well, I need it to be white, so I'm going to flip that on the top. So anyway, this is going to be, well, that's solved now. This is going to be orange, green, and white. So I need this to go there. So I can rotate this down, this over here, and now that's solved. Now I need to undo my mix up here. So I can just rotate this twice, and now all of my corners are solved. Now right now, I'm sure you can notice that the cube, or square, you could say, is not completely solved. So we need to fix that. So what you want to do is, so these pieces here, these four pieces are directly connected to the center, which means that they're rotating the corners around, but they themselves do not move. So what you can do to fix the rest of the square is you can rotate these two up, and then you can just rotate these pieces until the color matches for what's on top. In this case, it's white. So now I have that piece solved there, and I can just rotate these back. And now I can just do the same for the other two. So now my floppy cube is solved, and yours should be too. This tutorial was helpful. Consider subscribing and turning on your notifications so that you're always notified whenever we're uploading a new tutorial. Thanks guys, bye.